Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us virtually for San Isabel Electric's 83rd annual meeting. I'm Paris Elliott, San Isabel Electric's Communications Manager. We're still far from the end of COVID-19, which is why I'm here in the yard of our Pueblo West headquarters and why you're participating in our annual meeting from home. Despite COVID-19, we still have a lot to celebrate. This first portion of your annual meeting has been pre-recorded. During the pre-recorded video, you're going to learn more about how San Isabel Electric does more than just provide power. We're going to tell you about a lot of things that might make you think, I didn't know San Isabel Electric did that, or I didn't know I did that just by buying power from San Isabel. After the pre-recorded videos, you'll have an opportunity to witness the Board of Directors conducting the business of the cooperative, and we'll go over voting results. If you want to be eligible for our grand prizes and door prizes, you need to watch at least half of the live annual meeting. We'll try to get through the business meeting quickly because we want you to stick around to the end. We saved the best for last. Our Empower team will announce the Home Energy Efficiency Project. They'll go over details of how you can nominate yourself or another deserving member to receive a donation worth up to $25,000 in home energy efficiency or energy conservation improvements. Let's do this! You count on San Isabel Electric for a lot more than you think. Power to light your home with the flip of a switch. Power to turn a dial to cook food for your family. Heat hot water. Make your home comfortable. Maybe even charge your electric vehicle. You can count on us all day, every day. And you really shouldn't have to think about us or where your power comes from. It's our job to deliver your power safely, reliably, and affordably. But we do a lot more than that. And so do you, just by buying your power from a local electric cooperative. Today we're providing electricity to you at cost without keeping any profit. And we're helping members make life more efficient because life is easier and better with efficiency. Using electricity more efficiently means lower electric bills. Lower electric bills means a lower cost of living, and doing business in Southern Colorado becomes more affordable, which attracts more jobs attract more jobs and more people attract more services like stronger cellular coverage and more wireless internet options. It's not something you think about when you pay your electric bill, flip on the lights, or turn on the stove. But every time you do it, you're helping your fellow San Isabel Electric members grow and sustain Southern Colorado. Capital credits are another of the many benefits of co-op membership and a way you can help give back to your local community every time you use electricity. Here's how capital credits work. After covering the costs of poles, wires, trucks, employees, and other things that we need to operate, if there's money left over, we hold that unused money in your name. The amount held in your name is based on how much electricity you used during that year. We call it capital credit. When it's safe to do so, your board of directors retires capital credits. A few weeks ago, you may have received a check in your mailbox. If you don't cash that check, we make several attempts to try to notify you. If the checks aren't cashed after 3 years, we consider them unclaimed. San Isabel Electric's board of directors uses that unclaimed capital credit to fund local projects, programs, and events, like growing fresh produce for local schools or a new football field.
My name is Carrie Powers, and I am the director of the Growing Life Garden Project. So the garden program is enabled to provide food for the youth in our community who are battling food insecurities, because many of our kids in here do not have food. So we have kids that come from all over just to be able to get fresh fruit, fresh vegetables from this garden. The money that San Isabel gave to us and everybody who donated and provided the grants for us, we were able to purchase these beautiful greenhouses. We have 4 of them. We are very thankful to Colorado Shed Company for building these greenhouses for us. These greenhouses, 2 of them will be modified for all year growing. That way that we can provide food to the school district for their salad bars, and so that there'll be healthy, nutritious food going back into our schools, and it will help cut down on their costs. The other 2 greenhouses will be able to start seeds in that will provide to be planted outside and for the kids to learn business sense. So they'll be able to sell seed starts next year at our local farmers markets. They'll be able to start and grow their own gardens at home, and also we'll be able to have a shade pavilion for the school district, which will provide as an outdoor classroom. It makes me feel really good to be a member of San Isabel and to see that those capital credits, the ones that are unused, are not claimed, because I know they're given the opportunity to be claimed, that they do come back into the community and they support us, especially small districts, and especially small towns like Walsenburg. I would just like to say thank you to all the members and to everyone at the meeting today.
My name's Brad Doherty, and I'm the athletic director here at Branson School. Just after Christmas of last year, right before Christmas, some coaches announced they were no longer going to play on our pasture grass football field. And so instead of forfeiting our home games or playing somewhere else, we decided to get after it and see if we could get a new turf football field. San Isabel was fantastic. Their partner Basin was fantastic. It makes me, well, I'm encouraged, you know, that San Isabel isn't just an electric company, that it is community minded. And I thought that that's sort of how it worked, but when you see it really come to fruition, saying, wow, my electric bill is helping put the turf down on the field, that's exciting. That's really cool. It's not just a big conglomerate, but that it actually is designed and built for communities that it serves. So that's makes me feel good.
Now I'd like to turn it over to Energy Services Manager Jack Snell, who will tell you more about our Empower program and how it's improving lives through energy efficiency.
Electricity is becoming healthier, cleaner, and more efficient than ever before. For example, replacing your gas or propane furnace with an electric thermal storage heater, also known as an ETS, or a heat pump, can reduce carbon emissions by almost the same amount as replacing your gasoline-powered car with an electric one. And using electricity to heat your home and water can lower energy costs. Terry and Jeannie Dyson have an all-electric home in Forbes Park. They use an electric thermal storage heater and a high-volume, low-speed ceiling fan to heat and cool their home, which they believe has already reduced their winter electric bills by 30%.
It's able in the off-peak at the lower rate to charge the ceramic bricks, and then in the on-peak time it uses a very low power fan but high flow to force air over the bricks. And then we have a large 72-inch Hunter fan that was put in by design to move that warm air, and it pretty much heats the whole house. So my worst bill was $487. I'm projecting as best I can for that same usage temperature. It probably would have been a $700 bill. Jeannie can attest that I don't do anything flip, and I'm terribly happy with the effort that was shown, the concern. You guys treated us like family.
Electric thermal storage heaters are sized based on the area you're heating. San Isabel Electric offers rebates to help cover the purchase and installation costs. On average, the rebate helps cover about 10% of those upfront costs. Plus, as Terry mentioned, when you install an ETS heater, you qualify for San Isabel Electric's time of day rate, which gives you access to nearly half-price electricity during off-peak times, 14 hours a day during the winter and 8 hours a day in the summer. Heat pump water heaters are also becoming more and more popular. They can save you $3,000 over their lifetime compared to propane or electric resistance water heaters. And with incentives, rebates, and financing options from Empower, our energy efficiency improvements program, they can also be more affordable purchase than traditional water heaters.
Spencer Evans. I work at San Isabel Electric. I chose the heat pump water heater because we previously had an electric water heater. It did consume a lot of energy for our family of 5 especially. and I wanted to find a way to reduce that without having to go to natural gas and the complexities of that. So we started investigating what other options we had, and the heat pump water heater was the only one that was able to reduce consumption while still performing at the levels we expected. We use between 300 and 500 kilowatt hours. Now we use between 100 and 175 kilowatt hours a month. After a lot of experimentation and different things, we've learned how to use it correctly and are able to be much more economical with our energy and economical with our pocketbook at the same time. So when we first got the water heater, I didn't realize the level of interactivity with the water heater that was possible. By interacting with the water heater, I was able to actually see what was happening within my household and understand where a large portion of my energy was going. The kilowatt hours a month was always great. I never understood why. I knew the water heater was part of the issue, but I never understood how much until I was able to actually interact with the water heater. The water heater is also able to give you leak detection and those different types of features. So even though it's a premium product, you're getting premium features so that you can utilize the water heater to its fullest.
Visit SIEA.com/empower to learn more about electric thermal storage heaters, heat pump water heaters, and more energy efficient electric powered home improvement ideas to see if one is right for you.
Thanks, Jack. One of the nice things about meeting in person for the annual meeting is that you have a chance to ask questions about anything. You still have a voice. We still want to hear it. With that, here's General Manager Reg Rudolph.
We've decided to try something different this year. We've created an individual email address called askthemanager@siea.com. If you have a question, comment, or concern, feel free to email me. I will answer each email personally. Your input is what's going to make San Isabel Electric a better organization.
You can also use GoToWebinar's chat feature if you're participating in the live annual meeting to ask questions. Reg will respond to chat questions next week. That concludes the pre-recorded portion of today's meeting. Here's the president of San Isabel Electric's Board of Directors, Jackie Sykes.
Good afternoon. Welcome to San Isabel Electric's 83rd annual meeting. I am Jackie Sykes, chairman of the board. I now call the San Isabel Electric annual meeting to order. Before we jump into the meeting, there are a few announcements that I need to make. The 2020 annual meeting minutes and the 2020 annual financial report are available in the handout section at the top or bottom of your screen. Look for an icon that looks like a piece of paper. In the event we experience technical difficulties, please stay with us as we work through them. We will resume shortly. Stay logged in to this meeting to ensure you're eligible for the grand and door prize drawings. I want to take a few moments to thank the following people for making this meeting happen. The Board of Directors for their hard work and dedication to San Isabel Electric throughout the year. Attorney Sisto Maza for assisting with the business portion of the meeting. San Isabel Electric employees for their service throughout the year and their help here today. And mostly important, you, the members, owners of San Isabel Electric. We would not be what we are without each of our members. You are why we are here and why we work hard every day to keep the lights on. Thank you. And with that, I will turn it over to Don Kearns, our secretary. Don?
Thank you, Jackie. I also want to welcome all the member owners to this afternoon's virtual meeting. We hope you're all doing well and are safe. I, Donald Kearns, Secretary of the Board of Directors of San Isabel Electric Association, do hereby certify that according to the registration records, there are at least 50 members present at this annual membership meeting, which meets the bylaw requirements and is in compliance with the statutes of the state of Colorado. Total registered is 1,357, and the total in attendance is 277. So thank you all for doing that. I will now read the affidavit of mailing and notice. Bonnie Myers, being first duly sworn upon her oath, deposes and says that she is clerk of San Isabel Electric Association and that she mailed on August 20th, 2021 and on September 3rd, 2021 to each member of record of said cooperative at the address as appears on the record of said cooperative, one copy of the printed notice of the regular meeting of the membership of San Isabel Electric Association to be held today, September 18th, 2021. We will now have the reading of last year's meeting minutes, unless the membership would like to dispense with the reading of the minutes. Do I have a motion from a member present to dispense with the reading of the minutes?
This is Debbie Rose. I make a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes.
Thank you, Debbie. And do I have a second?
Dennis Maroney, second.
Thank you, Dennis. You will now see a poll on your screen to dispense with the reading of last year's minutes. Please indicate in favor if you approve to dispense with the reading of last year's minutes, or opposed if you would like me to read last year's minutes. I will wait for a moment to allow the members to vote. Okay, the motion passes in favor of dispensing with the reading of the minutes. Thank you all for that. I will now turn the meeting over to John Pickerel, our treasurer. John?
Thank you, Don. I will now read the treasurer's report. The 2020 books and records of San Isabel Electric Association Incorporated were reviewed and audited by an independent auditor employed by the San Isabel Board of Directors. There were no exceptions, and the books and records were found to present fairly the financial position of San Isabel Electric. The auditor provided an unmodified audit opinion. The auditor indicated that San Isabel Electric was in good financial condition and is in compliance with debt covenants. Rates for electric service were held steady for the 6th consecutive year. In the last 5 years, San Isabel Electric has returned more than $6.4 million in capital credit checks to member schools, businesses, and residents. In 2020 alone, San Isabel Electric returned more than $570,000 in capital credits to 17,650 members. We are pleased to present this report to you. Do I have a motion from a member present to approve the financial report?
Irie Garcia, move to approve the financial report.
Do I have a second?
Yes, this is Joseph Costa. I second it.
You will now see a poll on your screen to approve the financial report. Please indicate in favor if you approve the financial report, or opposed if you do not approve the financial report. Now we'll wait a moment to allow members to vote. Motion passes in favor of approving the financial report. I will now turn the meeting over to Sisto Maza, General Counsel. Sisto?
Thank you, John. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Every year at the annual meeting, directors are elected by the membership. San Isabel currently has a 7-member board, with each member serving for a term of 3 years. The terms are staggered, which means there is generally an election every year for 1 or 2. For this particular year, there'll be 3 board members. There are a couple of ways that a member can be considered for election to the board of directors. A member can be selected by the nominating committee, which is a committee appointed by the board to make nominations. The second way is by filing a petition. If a member wishes to be considered for election to the board, he or she can have a petition signed by 15 members of San Isabel Electric. And if that petition is found to be sufficient, their name will be placed on the ballot. An election is held during the annual meeting. This past July, the 7-member nominating committee met in open session at our headquarters in Pueblo West. At that time, the nominating committee made the following nominations to the board. District number 3, Edward Ray Garcia. District number 5, Jackie Sykes. District number 7, Mr. Joseph Costa. San Isabel Electric did not receive any nominations by petition. Because there were not any nominations by petition, and because there is only one person to be considered for election, our bylaws provide that the president shall report that fact to the membership at the annual meeting, and upon such declaration, that candidate shall be deemed elected. Therefore, Mr. Garcia, Ms. Sykes, and Mr. Costa are deemed elected for a 3-year term. I would like to invite the re-elected incumbents to address the membership, beginning with Mr. Garcia.
Good afternoon. I want to thank everyone for allowing me to continue to serve you. I will strive to continue to serve at the best of my ability, as I have for the last 38 years. Thank you again.
Yes, I would like to tell the membership, thank you for your continued support. I appreciate the opportunities to serve you and will continue working hard on your behalf. Thank you again. Mr. Costa?
Thank you, Jackie. I wish to thank everyone for your support over the years I have served on this board. The board and myself strive to serve you, the members, to the best of our abilities, always keeping in mind your needs and your concerns. Again, thank you very much.
You may also have received a ballot in the mail for the membership to consider amending the bylaws. This year, the Colorado legislature passed a bill regarding co-op governance. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the legislature has provided for co-ops to now allow voting by electronic means and to allow both directors and members to attend meetings by remote or electronic means. The Board of Directors of San Isabel felt that these provisions would allow more participation by the membership and would be allowed the membership to participate in the affairs of the association, and therefore they are recommending approval of the proposed bylaw changes. Our third-party vendor, SBS, is currently counting the ballots at this time. The results will be placed on our website, and when those results are available, you can check the website later this week. Thank you.
Thank you, Sisto. Thank you to our members for staying with us. Attendees who were logged in to GoToWebinar and watching at least half of today's meeting will be entered into the drawing for the door prizes. All winners will be contacted directly and names will be posted on our website at siea.com/annual meeting next week. All members who pre-registered will receive a $20 bill credit that will automatically be applied to their electric bill received in November. I want to thank everyone for attending our 83rd annual meeting. In just a few minutes, our business meeting will adjourn. Some of you may have posted questions in the chat feature during the meeting. Those questions will be added to our Q&A that will be posted on our website next week. We will post the recording of the meeting and voting results for our bylaws on our website in the coming week at siea.com/annual meeting. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Please stay safe. The business meeting is now adjourned. I would like to invite Reg Rudolph, the general manager, to share the details about an opportunity for you to apply for a donation worth up to $25,000 in home energy efficiency and energy conservation improvements. Reg?
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you to nearly 300 members for attending our virtual annual meeting today. That's fantastic to have that many people participating. But more importantly, I sure hope we get to see each other face to face next year in person. I'd like to congratulate Ray Garcia, Jackie Sykes, and Joseph Costa for re-election to the Board of Directors of San Isabel Electric, and thank you for their continued service to the membership. But the $25,000 Home Energy Makeover is what I'm here to announce. This year, we're doing a Home Energy Makeover that can include a new heating and cooling system, insulation, lighting, possibly even appliances. Go to SIEA.com/Home Energy Makeover. Again, SIEA.com/Home Energy Makeover to learn about the competition or the opportunity that you have for the project. Once again, thank you for attending this year's 83rd annual meeting of San Isabel Electric. We hope to see you all in person next year, and have a safe and restful weekend.